Well, hello. I thought I would just take a break from watching the Super Bowl to just pop in and say hi as you're reading through the information on our first module. If you're like me, your action is probably hold on your hat. It is going to be a fast and bumpy ride. And no wonder, because this is a 6 week course that takes the traditional 15-week semester and they cram it into 6 weeks. And that means each of the 6 weeks is about 2.5 weeks that is compressed and about 20 hours. That is intense. And so, to help you and to help me to stay accountable, to pace ourselves and keep our sanity, I am going to give this class a very structure. Each week we're going to have two parts. The first part will begin Monday and typically will be due Wednesday. That first part will normally be content based, where you will do some reading, maybe watch a lecture, and then that first half will end starting midnight Wednesday, where you will take an exam. But the good news is the exam is open book, open note. So from Monday through Wednesday, just focus on taking really good notes on the reading and pay attention to the lectures. Take good notes because the exam is open book, open note. And if you take good notes, you should do well on the exam. Then the second part will begin Thursday through Sunday and will usually involve giving you some assignment to complete and then to either share or talk about the assignment in the forum with others in class. And these assignments will focus on usually putting into practice what you've learned in the first half by analyzing a text of poetry. You might do some thinking and reflecting and some application. So that's basically the two parts of the class. And so keep that in mind because it's going to be really intense. But to help you out, each week for the six modules is self-contained. So when you finish everything by Sunday, then that's done, and then the new module will begin Monday, and then you have another exam, and then more assignment. If all you do is do well on the exams and the assignment for 6 weeks, that's your grade. Half the grade is based on your exam, half your grade is based on the assignment. That's it. There is no major project, no major exam that you have to work in advance. So while that's good, the flip side is every single week of the 6 weeks, you'll have to be intentional in dedicating time. Okay, so for the average student, we're talking about maybe 8 hours to 10 hours for each half, 20 hours a week. Now, for some students, if you are Bible majors or continuing, or you can just do things faster, you might be able to do 20 hours and 10 hours instead. Now, other of you might need to take longer, so the time will vary. Now, first module is a little bit lighter so that you can become familiar with the whole process. Become familiar with Canvas, how to find the modules, and then how to find the due date and then go from there. And then if you have any questions, you can send it to me or you can post it on the forum as well. If you go on to the inbox in Canvas, that gives you the ability to contact the entire class or some people in class or just me. So use the inbox in Canvas as much as you want to contact us because this is intense and I'm going to be available every single day to reach out uh, for you to reach out to me and I will be available as much as I can. Okay, so the worst thing you can do to not do well in class is to just relax for 3 or 4 days because guess what? If you don't do anything for 3 or 4 days, you have missed at least one full week of the class, you cannot make it up. So that's the one thing that's going to be very strictly enforced in this class. Okay, is that when the first half ends with that reading exam, you cannot make it up afterwards. So take it, do your timely best, and then get your grade. Same thing with the assignment due that Sunday. You have to finish it by Sunday. Even if it's not your best work, just do it and get your grade, and then we move on. Okay. But if you miss, then you get zero credit. Now, it's very important for everyone to complete the first half of this module by this Wednesday, which is to read the syllabus, to read all the information on that module page, and then to post your introduction. When you post your introduction, that will be evidence that you are present and intend to take this course. If you don't do anything by Wednesday, I will assume you're not present, and then you will be dropped from the course. Also, please note in the syllabus the policy for dropping. If you miss about 25% of the course, you're dropped. But unfortunately, about 20-25% of the course here, it's one module and a half. So if you miss one full module, one full week, and then half of another module, that's dropping you. You will be dropped from the court. And I don't like being this strict, but I found that this is really the best way to keep all of us, keep our feet to the fire, make sure we do what needs to be done, because this is 6 weeks and it's going to be over. And that makes it easier for everybody. Otherwise, if we give exceptions for different people, then we have different deadlines, and different students are completing assignments at different times. And that's just not good for everyone. Okay, so please consider carefully, pray about it, talk to your family, talk to your cat and dog, your fish. If this is in your best interest to commit to this intent 6 week, and then let them know what's involved here, because it requires commitment. The only exception would be if there's a life happens event beyond your control that are serious enough to be documented, and then you send it to the provost office. We can work with that. But I would tell you, for a short course like this, if there's a serious life happens event that makes it 2 or 3 weeks, typically the best course of action is to just simply drop the course and retake it at a future time. Please be sure to read the incomplete policy, because we have had students abuse the incomplete policy by not doing a lot of work during the semester or during the 6 weeks, and then ask for incomplete so they can just finish it up. This is not an independent study course, so there is no way to do an incomplete. So in the incomplete policy, the purpose of incomplete is basically you've done most of the course, but maybe in the last week or the last 2 weeks, there's about 20%, 25% you're not able to do. And within a reasonable amount of time, usually 2, 3, or 4 weeks, depending on the situation, you can complete it. That's what the incomplete policy is for. So I just want to emphasize that pretty clearly, because there's always going to be maybe 1 or 2 students who will just be dropped from the class if they're either not checking in doing the work, or after 2 or 3 or 4 weeks they have not done the work, will be dropped. So all of that explained clearly in the syllabus. Now please read the syllabus, post your introduction, just kind of browse all around courses, and have any question, feel free to email me. Okay? I'm right here in LA, and keep an eye on the Super Bowl back here. I'm not an LA fan, but if they win the Super Bowl, I might be more of a Dodgers fan here. And I'm really hoping that spring training really takes place, so we can start watching baseball here. So, but I'm looking forward to reading your introduction and learning more about you. But please do contact me anytime that's needed. And I'm right here in my office all the time. This is my garage. 2-car garage. That was my COVID pandemic project, where I just converted the whole thing into an office suite here, where I can teach remotely, and then I'm also becoming licensed as a therapist, and I do telehealth therapy sessions as well. So really, really busy, but I'm also here all the time. So feel free to reach out to me. I would especially enjoy if you wanted to do like a Zoom or Google Meet, and we could do a quick face-to-face chat. So you can just contact me through Canvas inbox, but my phone number is in the syllabus. Feel free to send me a text. But tell me your name, so I don't think it's spam. And so tell me your name on the text, and you can text me, and then we can talk and chat however you want to. Okay, well, I'm going to go say farewell and finish the game. And so please do look at Canvas and start working on the introductions and get that in. And then in the meantime, you should be able to have the book already. You should have gotten the email from Harding about Harding University Direct Access. So all the books are available for digital download and direct access. But if you have trouble accessing the direct access, let me know. I'm going to see if they can add a link to direct access on Canvas to access the course. But there shouldn't really be any issues because I picked a book that can be bought in a digital format. The one thing you need to know is for the second half on Thursday, the quiz will be open, but you need to make sure that you read the instructions so you can start reading in advance before you take the exam. The other thing about time, and I think this is really important also, I'm in the Pacific time zone, which is 2 hours behind the Central time zone in Arkansas, but all times are Central time zone. Okay, so if I say assignments are due by midnight Wednesday, that's Central Time Zone. All assignments are due by midnight Sunday, that's Central Time Zone. So just kind of keep that in mind as we do the assignment because we have students from all over the world in all the different time zones. So make sure you synchronize your schedule based on that. Okay, well, I look forward to your introductions and just contact me anytime. And hopefully we will have a good journey as we learn more about how to read, interpret, and apply the rich treasure that we have that are the books of poetry that we often really don't take the time to benefit from. And so I'll say farewell, and hopefully we'll say farewell for now. Goodbye.